Hello, I'm Brian Allen, National Relationship Manager with Homestead Advisors. And today I have Caroline Robinson, Vice President of Education and Events at the Electric Cooperatives of South Carolina, or ECSC for short. Today we wanted to explore the South Carolina statewide initiatives and focus to encouraging cooperative employees in South Carolina to embrace financial wellness and be better financial stewards when it comes to their monies. So, Caroline, thank you for joining us today and participating and helping just to give everybody a clearer picture of what the statewide is doing in South Carolina.
Sure, happy to be here.
So just to get started, what inspired ECSC really to prioritize financial wellness education for its members?
Yeah, so I think we can all agree that our country and the world, for that matter, is changing. It's a lot different than it was, 10 plus years ago. That has a lot to do with the economy and politics and family life expectations. So what we wanted to do is to make sure that we're providing things that may alleviate any pressure that employees are feeling to help secure their home versus work-life balance. I think we can all agree that finances have a lot to do with that. So we just want to make sure that we're offering things to help them find that security in their jobs, because if they're secure in their jobs, if they feel secure at home as well, with those financial pressures, then maybe they can focus on their day-to-day task a little better, and also therefore, relate to our membership a little bit better. And some of us like to think that we had an upbringing that taught a lot about finances in the home, but that's not necessarily true for everyone. So we want to make sure that we can help be that tool and that resource for employees to make our cooperatives feel more secure with supporting their employees back home.
Yeah, great. So what really led you and your group to really include Homestead Advisors as the right partner for this initiative?
Well, this one's easy. I think Homestead Advisors' values really align with electric cooperatives. I think you guys understand kind of what the financial pressures are that the employees are going through back home. A lot live in small towns and communities, right? You guys speak the co-op language. So I think that you guys have been a home run and partnering because you're very easy to work with, and you come in and the employees feel comfortable talking one-on-one about their finances.
Yeah, great. So let's kind of go back to how this program started, and when your group was contemplating, doing a financial wellness program offering, what were some of the factors that were considered in building the right content? And really, it's a four-part question. So we'll kind of go with part one. What was considered in building a comprehensive financial education for this program?
That's a good question. So we wanted to first take a look at what we were already offering, right? So we're maybe a little bit different in that we have a federal credit union here in our office. They provide a lot of financial guidance and debt management and one-on-one seminars as well. And that coupled with, bringing NRECA in and letting them talk through long-term planning with retirement and 401k and all that. So what's good to pair with that? And what we thought was lacking was the one-on-one assessments. So having someone come in and say, guys, it's more than just living on your day-to-day paycheck. We need to put avenues and things in place that you guys can prepare for short-term things and have a plan for different phases and different strategies in your life. So I think we want to take a holistic approach to looking at that. And also coupled with your monthly financial tips that you guys supply for our dispatch. That's been a great tool. That readership is more than just employees. Our trustees read it. That can trickle down to kids as well. So I think just taking a real holistic approach to having long-term, short-term resources for our employees.
I think you really covered the four areas I wanted to get into, how you had a comprehensive financial education, idea, personalized assessments, integrating existing employees with this, and then really the focus on debt management and emergency relief. So, you really covered that. So, I know this has, been an evolving process, but how has this program, changed over the years to provide South Carolina member cooperatives and their employees with the education and tools to manage their finances?
Yeah, well, I think we can all agree that our industry is really evolving. It is not the same as it was many years ago. I think that the membership is way more involved with their electricity, how they use it. They pay attention to their bills, and so they want to be a part of that, and we want to remain their trusted energy partner. So with that comes tailoring our offerings to the workforce. So what kind of employees are we trying to attract now? It might be certain criteria that they have that they didn't have to have many years ago. So we want to make sure that we're offering education, and finances is a big piece of that, that help them feel secure in how our industry is evolving and supporting those employees.
Has your group evaluated with your member cooperatives if the program is resonating with their employees, and has it helped? Has it reduced stress? Has it improved productivity and engagement within the workplace?
Sure. We love to collect metrics here. So we are not scared to send out surveys. Sometimes we send them directly to the employees, but we also work with our training coordinators. Each of our cooperatives in the state has a training coordinator. We're a smaller state, so it's easy for us to bring them in. And we meet once a year and kind of pick their brain on, okay, guys, you got to tell us directly what's working, what's not working. And the evaluations have shown, look, we want to hear more about financial wellness. It's a big piece of what we do, and everybody should be taking it, and don't wait to do it.
And are you aware if your membership has expanded financial wellness for their employees themselves by providing financial education seminars?
They definitely have. A matter of fact, I think this is a really big focus for them right now. And they're doing it in creative ways. Like I mentioned before, the employees are our biggest asset. So we want to make sure that they feel secure and comfortable in their day-to-day tasks. So some of them are partnering with local banks, believe it or not. They're coming in, maybe once a year and kind of walking them through some financial guidance and education. Sometimes they have monthly themes such as, holiday security and protecting your finances. Of course, they bring in NRECA and have a great partnership there to talk about retirement and 401ks and pension plans. So I think they're also sharing many digital resources. We're all busy in our lives, so to have that quick, monthly tip or something I can go back to on email to read through, I think has been very helpful. And as a statewide association, I think it's our responsibility to help support our cooperatives in all areas of our business and what our employees do, but specifically in finances. I just can't stress that enough, that is going to provide the health and mental well-being for our employees.
Yeah, it's great. And personally, I visited with a lot of cooperatives and done financial presentations for employees, whether it's on a one-on-one level or a group. And you see that, there is a need for that. A lot of employees are really hungry to get that information so they can apply it to their everyday lives. And so, finally, last question, how has working with Homestead Advisors really helped ECSC to encourage employees to build, a better financial profile, especially, using tools like building an emergency savings account?
For having you guys being super flexible to be able to come in and speak to some of our professional groups, such as our Human Resources Association recently. You guys came in and you're able to provide a lot of good information that they can then take back to their cooperatives and explain to the employees the importance of having emergency savings plans, because we got to make sure that they feel comfortable not with just their day-to-day paycheck, but how are you going to sustain your life and sustain that for a very long time with your way of living. So I think it's, again, our duty as a statewide association to help support those and therefore support our biggest asset in our employees.
Well, Caroline, it's great that ECSC is prioritizing the importance of financial wellness for cooperative employees throughout South Carolina. We also want to thank you and your group for trusting Homestead Advisors and assisting in this important outreach. We look forward to continuing to work with these employees in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.